Today I'm going to show you how you can make those trending borders that you've seen everywhere by now. So if you want to upgrade your edits, better watch till the end and leave a like. So yes, let's get started. So as you guys can see, I have already added my clips and my beats because I don't use an audio right now. So just imagine these beats are part of the audio. What you want to do now is you want to right click, new, and add a solid layer, and it doesn't matter what color it is, just press OK. Now you want to go to your effects and presets panel and type in CC Jaws and add the CC Jaws to your solid layer. Then you want to just change the height to 0 and the completion to 100. So far so good. Okay, so what you want to do next is, because we want our border to close when the beat starts, so right here I want my border to close, or basically to show, and then open at my next beat, which is the 2. I'm gonna make sure to add my first keyframe around here, so make sure you do that. So basically the beat should be in the middle, if it makes sense. Now you want to add a keyframe for completion and just keep it at 100. So the first keyframe should be 100, and to see your keyframes, you want to press U on your keyboard, so that way it's easier. So then you want to move your time indicator around the middle of your second clip, for me right here, and you want to make it around 80 or 70, it doesn't matter, that's up to you on how much you want it to close, you know? For me, I think 70 or 80 is good, so I'm just gonna keep it that way. Basically, the beat should be in the middle, if it makes sense, so you should have a keyframe, then the beat in the middle, and then another keyframe that closes. And the last one, again, you should make sure that for the end, when it opens, there is another keyframe with 100, so just make the completion to 100 and it automatically adds a keyframe. So both of your beats should basically be in the middle, and as you guys can see, they show and then they open right here. So this is basically how it should look. So what you want to do next is you want to select all your keyframes and then right click, keyframe assistant, and easy ease them, or press F9 and go to your graph editor. So if your graph does not look like this, don't worry, you can go right here and then click on it and just make sure you change to edit speed graph. What you want to do now is you want to take your time indicator and then move it to the beat, so right here. Now just follow my steps, or basically copy my graph or try to copy it. Make sure you kind of make a mountain out of it. Just take the yellow parts of the graph and drag them left and right, and it should look something like this, like it's a little wave or like a little mountain. And then you want to make the same thing for this beat, so just drag them and make sure it's sharp where your beat is, where your time indicator is, right here. And as you guys can see, we have our first border already. Now let's say you want to make sure the borders rotate, so you have a little more action in your edit. So what you want to do is just keep the same settings. I didn't change anything, so I'm just gonna press U on my keyboard, and then so I can see the old keyframes. And then you guys want to go over here to your CC Jaws settings and then add a keyframe for direction. At first, you just keep it at 0, and then you drag your time indicator where your second keyframe is, the one that we already added, and you want to make it 90. And as you guys can see, they rotate. And then if you guys like want to leave it at that, just press U on your keyboard again. Select both keyframes, right click, keyframe assistant, and easy ease, and then go to your graph editor. Again, make sure your time indicator is where your beat is, and then just, you know, copy my graph. Just make sure it's a little mountain, and don't make it too sharp, like just like mine. And you can either leave it at that, it looks pretty sick like that, or you can just continue and make sure your time indicator is at the last keyframe and then make it 180. So again, you should have 3 keyframes for direction. The first one is at 0, the second one is at 90, and the last one is at 180. So that way we have a double rotation. And again, go to your graph editor, and don't worry if your graph looks a little like that, it's normal. And just make sure your time indicator is at your beat, and again, make another mountain. So let's see. And it should look something like this, which I love this type of rotation. Now let's add a little color to the borders. You wanna duplicate your solid layer, so Control D for Windows and Command D for Mac to duplicate your layer. And you wanna go to your effects and presets and type in tint, and you wanna add it to your duplicated solid layer. Now this is how you can change the color to whatever you want, and I'm just gonna do white and then press OK. And now you wanna go to your first beat, so right here for me, and then press T on your keyboard for opacity, and then add a keyframe for opacity, and the beginning should be 100 and the last keyframe, so it's gonna be for my last beat, so right here, and I'm gonna do 0. Now again, you wanna just easy ease your keyframes, and honestly I don't use graphs for the opacity here because I already think it looks pretty cool like that. So now I just removed the rotation because I want to show you guys the next borders, which are the ones that are moving. So I just removed the keyframe for direction and just changed it to 0. So if you guys are confused, I didn't change anything besides the direction keyframes. So now it should look like a normal border, no rotation, no nothing. So something like this. Now we want to make the borders, you know, just flash. So you want to go to your effects and presets and type in linear wipe. And then add it to your duplicated solid layer, so the white borders that are on top of the black ones. Now you're just gonna follow my steps, so basically keep it at 90 degrees angle because we want them to move left and right. So if you want them to come from the right, you know, just add a keyframe right here where your opacity is, so go to your first beat basically and add a keyframe for completion once again, and then move your time indicator to the second beat or your last beat and then make it 0. Now press U on your keyboard and just again right click keyframe assistant and easy ease them, and it should look something like this. You can add a graph here. I'm gonna change to value graph real quick, and then you know, that's up to you. I don't think I would add a graph, but you know. Oh, actually it looks pretty cool with graphs. So it just depends also on the audio, I guess. So, oh yeah, I would totally add a graph, y'all. So just make sure you add like a graph like mine because damn, that looks really good. Okay, so now let's say we want the borders to basically come from the middle and go both sides, not just one way. Again, make sure you add linear wipe to your white solid layer. And now you want to duplicate the effect. So instead of one linear wipe, just press Ctrl D to duplicate your linear wipe, and now you should have linear wipe 1 and linear wipe 2. Oh my gosh, that was so hard to say. Anyway, so you want to make both transition completions 50, and you want to change either one. I'm going to do the second one. So the first angle should be plus 90, so it should be positive 90, and the second one should be negative 90. So you just want to change that. Make sure you drag your time indicator to your beat, and then make sure you add a keyframe for completion for both of them. So you should have 2 keyframes for transition completion, and then press U on your keyboard to see them, and now drag your time indicator to your other beat and then make them both 0. So it should look something like this. And of course we're gonna add graphs, so just easy ease your keyframes and then go to your graph editor and you know, just copy my graph, and voila, it should look something like this. Now before I move to the last type of borders, I want to show you guys quickly how you can also like add another cool thing. So after linear wipe, there's also like an effect that I like using, and it's called wipe circle. So you want to go to your effects and presets and type wipe circle, and then add it to your white solid layer, and then you want to make the wipe percentage 100 and make sure you press U on your keyboard to see all of your keyframes, and you should just add a keyframe where your first keyframe is. So like the first keyframe of ours should be the completion one, so you want to add a keyframe right here for wipe circle, and the beginning should be 100. Now you want to drag your time indicator to the end, so the last keyframe, and then make it 0. And now you want to just go ahead and press U on your keyboard so you see all of your keyframes, And again, select all of them, right click keyframe assistant and easy ease, or just press F9. And you can add a graph again here. I'm just gonna quickly do a simple one, just like that. And it should look something like this, which I also love. I think it looks really cool. I forgot to mention that you guys can actually change the color as well. Instead of like it being white, you can make it red or blue. So how you can do that is quickly go to your tint that we added before and just change it to any color. As I said, like, it's up to you. I think I'm just gonna go with red and press OK, and yes. So now let's move on to the last borders that I want to show you guys today, which are the ones that we can animate. So basically, I left everything as it was. I just removed the wipe circle. You should have something like this for now. And what we want to do now is you want to take your first solid, so the one with the color, and you want to put it under the black one. So you just want to take it and drag it under your first solid layer. Now it should look something like this. Your border should be black and not red anymore. So what you want to do next is you want to go to your middle keyframe, so right here, and then make it 69. So if you have like 80, you want to make it 79. You just want to make it -1. So far so good, or -2. It depends on how much, again, you want it to show. For me, I think this is good enough. And now the next part is like, here it starts to get tricky, so just make sure you listen to me. You want to go to your rectangle tool right here and click on it, and then make sure you have your colored solid layer selected, so the one under, and then just like make a rectangle kinda, if it makes sense. So something like this. You want to just drag it down. Now press M on your keyboard so you see your mask settings, and then press U on your keyboard and go to the last keyframe, so right here for me. Now you want to add a keyframe for mask path, and then make sure you select your mouse tool again, which you go over here and then select the tool. You want to double click on the red color or whatever color your mask is. I think it's always different. So just double click it and it should look like this, right? So now for it to open fully, you press Control or Command for Mac, but you don't let go. So you just want to keep pressing it and then extend, so both ways. So it opens in both ways, right? When you're done, you can let go of Control, and now for it to close, press U on your keyboard to see all of your keyframes. So right here is my first keyframe. And now again, you wanna double click on your border here, like on your mask, and again press Control or Command and don't let go. And now you want to close it, so we want it to open, right? So just like that, and it should look something like this. As you guys can see, it already looks like something, but it's not quite it yet. And now you can just go ahead and do a mask. Just did this kind of mask. I think it looks pretty good. And now it should look something like this. So now we can go ahead and animate it a little bit. So you want to press U on your keyboard and then make sure you go down on your mask. So go ahead and just press the arrow and then make it around 200 or 300, it just depends. And now you want to go ahead to your effects and presets panel and type in Deep Glow and just add it to your layer. And as you guys can see, it already looks like a lot. I'm just going to change to my own number, so the radius to 120 and the exposure to around 0.3. So yes, and it should look something like this. I actually am gonna move my last keyframe for the mask to where my beat is, so my last beat, because I feel like it's a little late. Okay, I like it. Okay, so I actually moved my last keyframe actually to the second beat, which I told you guys to put it at the last keyframe, which I didn't like too much, so I just changed it. And so yes, that's it. I hope you guys liked it, and if you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I'm saving up for a PC, so you guys help me a lot. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day. Bye!